long, long ago. This is Easter before Dad and I got married in Babchi and Judge's backyard in Salem, Massachusetts. We used to go up to Salem, New Hampshire. This is Grandpa D. And you can see Nana, me, and Grammy Stanley and her friend. This was a camp. Nana and Dee lived on One Bowen Road in Peabody, Massachusetts, but they owned a camp up in Salem, New Hampshire, and they eventually ended up retiring up there. We would go down on the weekends and help them while they built it and put sand in and a pool. This is Grandpa D building a porch onto their old trailer. They bought the old trailer as a camp. Then they built this porch. You'll see pictures of it later when it's finished. And we used to actually sleep in it. It became the guest house when they retired. This was long, long ago when they had first building up their campsite in Salem that ended up being their retirement home. This was Dad and I got a brand new trailer to move into when we got married, and we moved it to this trailer park. $20 a month rent we paid for that trailer park in Derry, New Hampshire. We eventually ended up closing the trailer all on the bottom. Now this is at Auntie Helen's house in Chelsea, Massachusetts, and it was a pre-wedding celebration. You can see all the food. That's Auntie Helen in the right in the corner. If you remember her, that's my mom's sister, and that's my other Auntie Helen from Florida. They had come down for the wedding. And all my cousins and grandparents, I'm there at the end sitting next to Babchi Salem. Uncle Charlie is grabbing at everybody in front of the refrigerator. That's him and Shelley, my cousin. This is right after Susan was born, in front of our trailer. We brought her home from the hospital, her first day home from the hospital. The pictures aren't very good. We were on the patio in the bright sun. We couldn't be indoors because we couldn't afford to buy a light for the movie camera. But we were all excited to bring our new baby home from the hospital. This is Joni, my cousin, who is Susan's godmother, getting Susan ready for her baptism. She bought all the baptismal clothes and made it a real procedure here to get Susan dressed. The outfit was phenomenal, had how many layers. Here she is putting on one of the layers. Oh, she just loved talking to you. This is in St. John the Baptist Polish Church. And this is Father Stoklosa baptizing Susan. Uncle Mike was the godfather. Susan was just beautiful. She just slept through the whole ceremony. Uh-oh, here comes the water. Well, here we are, just a partying. There's Grammy and Grampy Collidaire. This is at Prabapchi's house. There's Grammy Stanley, Uncle Bert, Uncle Mike, Joni, and little baby Susan, all baptized. Yes, sirree. There's our cousins. There's Yankee and Lisa, Joni, Shelley, and Valen. That's my Uncle Val's kids, my Auntie Helen's kids. Oh, we took you to Polar Gaze right after. I just can't believe it. 1 month old, and off you were, sightseeing already. Here is Susan just learning how to eat a spoon. Oh, Susie, look at you. In a walker, we moved to Valdosta, Georgia, so Dad could go to pilot training, and here we are down in Valdosta, Georgia apartment, out in the parking lot in front, just showing Susan off and how she can move that walker. Isn't she cute? She was just such a sweetie. Oh, you're just into exploring like crazy. Running into the camera, Mommy, Mommy. Oh, don't go down to the street, Susan. I have to stop the camera and go and get you. Oh, these are the kids next door. They wanted to play. You were just watching them. I want to play too. You just were dying to see what was in that carriage. Look at that. Susan is 1 year old already. This is in Valdosta, Georgia. We still couldn't afford a light for the camera, so a lot of the pictures didn't come out. We tried to take pictures of all the kids that were there. That dress was such a pretty color, yellow and white. You were so sweet. That's me and you. Oh, got cake all over you, Susie Q. Mommy, Mommy, clean my face. Oh, you got a new rocking chair for your birthday. You just loved it. So you just rocked and rocked and rocked and rocked. That's Patty Sevo. She was your best friend down there in Valdosta, Georgia. How you love the balloons. I don't think you ever saw balloons before this time. Oh, we tried to get you rear end when you bent over with the diapers. Well, we were just... And this was after your birthday, all cleaned up and in pajamas. Man, we gave you a lot of attention being the first baby. Over and over, we just sat there and watched you do this with these rings. That was one of your birthday presents. Oh no, she's got something that'll poke her eyes out. Mom's got to get it away. Oh, isn't that something? She's learned how to climb on the couch all by herself. And she's got a tool, and Mama's going, give that to me. That's dangerous. Piece of leather, that, from Grandpa D's leather factory. And there's that new rocking chair that Susie got for her birthday. She is still liking this a lot. My very own chair. Oh, love the baby. Oh, there's Daddy. Up to the ceiling, up to the ceiling. Oh, your Daddy, he was painting the sign for the class of 65E. So we gave you a little bucket and some water, and you went out to just help your Daddy. The problem is, once you got the message, you just went and painted all over that sign. He was so upset. He had to do it all over again. But it was our fault because we showed you how to paint. We did. Mama, mama, mama. Oh, yeah. This is in our backyard in Valdosta, Georgia. We got a little kiddie pool. That's the first time we had a little kiddie pool in our yard. And I was trying to show you what it was for. You love playing in the bathtub, and you were a swimmer from the get-go, so it just seemed to me you were too cool on this, though. We'll throw the toys in the water, but not me. I ain't a-going. Come on, Sue. Let's get a little wet here. Oh dear, drip drip. I don't know if I like that or not. Well, just maybe. Good old Tomcat. That was one of your favorite toys. It was a bubble bath toy. Well, you made it. You finally said, I'm going to get in here and play and play and play. You were so cute. Well, there you were in this water, and you wanted to get out, and you were just standing there now thinking about this. Let me think. Gotta figure this out. Hey, Mom. This is lots of fun, but I can do it myself. Let me see. This is a complicated thing getting out of this pool. Oh. Nope, ain't got it. Nope. Oh, this is a little harder than I thought it was going to be. Oh my goodness, these feet, they are just complicated. There. I did it, Mom. hard to believe how fast kids can grow. It seemed like you were just running around out in front in that parking lot in your walker, and here you are. We bought you a little baby carriage of your own that Christmas, and you were walking around and playing with it, putting your dolly in it. You just were so tickled pink. This was just before Christmas. We let you play with it because we were going to go back to Salem and New Hampshire. I just thought you were really something. Look at this. You were learning how to go up and down stairs, and so you practiced in this little step. What amazed me is that you would practice it over and over again. Our door. Stand by the door, let Mommy take a picture. This was at Nick and Joanne Sevo's house in Valdosta, Georgia. We were really lonesome for the holidays. That's Patty Sevo, pregnant. We all kind of chipped in and brought Thanksgiving dinner so we would at least all have each other since we didn't have our families around. It really made for a very, very nice Thanksgiving. One of my happiest memories. There's Nick Sevo. These are all guys from pilot training class that Dad was in. And of course, Dad is taking the pictures. Joanne was all upset because she forgot to take the neck and everything out of the turkey. It was the first time she cooked a turkey. Guess what else you got for Christmas, Susan Stanley? That rocking horse. Oh, how you love that rocking horse. Wasn't long before you learned how to do that quite easily by yourself. Well, we went all the way back to New Hampshire. This is at Nana and Grandpa D's trailer, the new trailer they bought where they retired. Oh, come on, laugh for Daddy, laugh for Daddy. Oh, look at Susie dance. Grandpa D, this is one of my favoriteest pictures. Nobody asked you to dance. Grandpa D had an organ, and he loved to play the organ in the evening. And so he just started to play songs, and you just loved it. Luckily, we had a camera so we could catch this. You just were dancing up a storm. How you love that organ music. There's Grandpa D playing the organ. Yeah, you just went and just loved to hear Grandpa play the organ. This is outside in New Hampshire, just enjoying the snow. Your Nana was trying to teach you how to make snowballs and throw them at me. There's that porch Grandpa D was building a long time ago. And there's their other trailer. My goodness. Well, we got done visiting. There's Buckshee Chelsea. That's my mother's mother. And there's Fred, Joni's husband-to-be at the time. And Joni just wanting to see her. And there's Uncle Charlie. Joni just wanted to see her godbaby. So we had spent, there's your dad, building a KC-135 plastic model. Yeah, I had gotten that Dad for Christmas. He was all excited because he had just found out that he was going to be stationed as a SAC pilot and fly the KC-135. So he and your Uncle Mike were sitting around the table building it. There's Buckshee Chelsea. And my dad. There's your godmother and my mother sitting over by the fireplace. And Fred sitting in the corner. There's Buckshee Salem, that's my dad's mother. Your cousin Joni was just into her godchild. Oh my goodness, we brought her godchild home. This was Christmas morning. Oh man, did you get a lot of toys. Nothing like being the first child and the first grandbaby. There's my dad. in his younger and healthier days. Yak, 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 yak. Oh, David, stop bothering me. I want to talk, 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 talk. I haven't seen anybody all year long. Oh, dear. Look at these toys. I got so much stuff. You just were overwhelmed. You never saw so much stuff. And everybody kept saying, look at this, look at this, look at this. Learning how to feed the baby. There's a nativity set we brought home for Christmas that year. We bought for both parents. Oh, that was a favorite toy. Popper, popper, popper. Popper, 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 popper. You like that. Help me open it. Help me open it. Oh, goodness. Must be because you're a little girl. Lots of dolls. Mommy, I can't get it. I can't get it. A new baby doll. There's Judgy saying, look at the popper, look at the popper, and you want to play with everything all at once. Uh-oh. Now we've seen all those dishes there. Oh, but we found a top. Oh, Dad and I were, will she know what to do with the top? Maybe that's too hard for her to work. As you see, you figured it right out. Look at all the new dishes that you got. Wow. This is at Lev and Jean's house in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and that's baby Jeff. Two new little babies in the family. Everybody was so excited. Ooh, Susie kisses Jeff. There's Grampy Collidaire. That is Nana's dad. And that was Lev and Jean's mom and dad, and Grammy Collidaire. And there's Grammy Stanley. That is Grandpa Dee's mother. She was very sick at the time and feeling fast. One of the last Christmases we spent together. And that's Jeff. Grampy Collidaire was just loving you kids. Yeah. That was Nana. When Nana was in an automobile accident and broke her jaw and had to do everything from a straw, and Sue was just fascinated with the straw. So Nana was teaching Susan how to use a straw. Well, here we are. Christmas is over and we are back to Georgia. This was in our apartment, and Georgia wanted to catch Susan brushing her teeth for the first time. She was learning how to do that. We were getting ready to leave. Dad's class was 65E, and this was painted on a roof down in Valdosta, Georgia. And Dad wanted to go back out to the Air Force Base to take pictures before we left, since we had spent a year down there. And there's the sign that Dad was painting in the backyard. Welcome to. These were all the signs. Every class would put a sign, and Dad's class, like I said, was 65E. And you'll see it there again. This is the T-38. This was the plane that Dad learned to fly in before he went to SAC and became a 135 pilot. All pilots have to train in the T-38. We took a day trip because we wanted to do some sightseeing. There's our 63 Falcon convertible that we just loved. It was all red inside. And we took a day trip to Okefenokee Swamp while we were in the Valdosta, Georgia area, and we wanted to make sure we got to see that. It's sort of, it's a swampy area, and you can take boat rides, and it's like a little zoo. And so it was fun for Sue to see the ducks and things, and it was fun for us to do a little bit of sightseeing before we left. This was on Mirror Lake. It was very strange. You take this boat ride, and there's certain places where it's very silent and still, and everything's reflected in the water. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. It has beautiful walkways through the woods. It's really a very beautiful thing to see, all Spanish moss hanging on the trees. It was a wonderful day for all of us. This was Dad graduating. I'm a pilot, I'm a pilot. This was the ceremony out at the club for graduation, and there's your dad getting his wings. Yes, sir. And all the wives get to pin the wings on their husband, and husband gives their wife sweetheart wings. Notice that I had a hat on, because those were the days of white gloves and hats. And here's the moving truck. Oh goodness, we're on the road. There's our brand new 65 Chevy. We decided we were going to be a growing family and doing a lot of traveling. We needed a bigger car than a cute little convertible. So we left and got on the road. This is in Texas. We took a lot of double exposed pictures that aren't in here as we traveled across the United States. So by the time we weren't double exposing everything, we were at this neat zoo in Texas. And so we were dying to put Sue on all the little kiddie rides and things. She's our first baby and our first time doing that. This was a train. It was really an interesting train. It's the longest train ride, 5-mile train ride. It stops and you get lunch, and it's all part of the zoo. It was really, really an interesting ride and fun, and you're out in the fresh air and you can see all the area around the zoo. As I recall, it was Fort Worth, Texas. So Fort Worth Zoo. Here's more double exposed pictures. We stopped at another western town. As you can see, Susan was traveling from the get-go. Here she is in that little town. Bet you can't remember ever being there, huh? All that sightseeing and you don't even remember. A little western ghost town and little sightseeing shops. Wave to Daddy, wave to Daddy. Well, this was Disneyland a long time ago. Over 30-something years ago. It was before they ever built one in Florida, and it was when Disneyland was really at the height of everything. Everybody wanted to go see it. It was a whole new concept. And so there we were. We hit California because we were leaving Valdosta, Georgia to go to Merced, California for a 3-month training in the 135. And we would not pass up the chance to see Disneyland. So there you were, Susan, just a year and a half old and seeing Disneyland. I bet you can hardly remember. And of course we went to Yosemite. We had never been there. This was our first time in Yosemite. It was totally beautiful. We hiked all around. As you can see, we took turns carrying the baby. And there's the falls. Lots of water in those days. First time we ever saw a giant tree or a tunnel tree. It was really exciting for me because I had never left Salem, Massachusetts. My parents never did vacations or travel, so I was really excited to be traveling. I bet we arrived at Merced, and I think we told you kids that Dad and I had been here in '65 and lived in Stardust Apartments. And we used to point them out to you when we lived in Merced. Still there. There's our car. We lived up on the 2nd floor. That was our apartment. Had a little sandbox in the backyard with a playground set. Susan used to play there all the time. We just loved Merced. We were only going to be there 3 months, but we just knew we loved that town the minute we hit it. Said, boy, wouldn't it be wonderful